So, not this Thursday, but Thursday before, I had gotten up and I was laying in bed, and I was, you know what? A little bit of thankfulness goes such a long ways. And I like to start my day off with God with some thankfulness, just giving God some thanks. And then I was kind of going over this teaching right here in my head. And then I told God, I go, God, I don't have a story. And you haven't given me a story like in a month. I need a story. Give me a story, right? And so I sat up in bed. I got my phone, and I opened up my emails. And the first email was from the city of Mesa. I'm like, ooh, my water bill, right? Boom, I got this new little computer thing on my water. And so I clicked that thing. And I was like, $1,172. My water bill is only $300. And I said, God, I hope this is not the story that we are starting. So then I get up, right? And I got to go outside. I know it's irrigation, so there's something out there where the sprinkler broke or something for the love of all that's good and holy, all right? And so I'm about to go outside, and then Holly goes to me. She goes, oh, the dog went to the bathroom in Savvy's bedroom, which our dog never does that, which, though her saying the dog went to the bathroom is the understatement maybe of the lifetime, because it looks like my dog ate a basket full of prunes and then ran around the room for 2.5 minutes while I went to the bathroom. No, I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was like a poopalooza. It was like a concert, like it was like a poopacopolis. Like it was crazy. There was more poo than there was carpet. There was 13 spots. No lulu. I go in the room, and so I look at it, I'm like, well, good news, now I have to kill the dog. And so this is, I didn't, no, stop. We love our dog. God rest his soul. And so, I didn't kill the dog. Stop. Don't email me. So we spent 1 hour, cleaning up all of the spots in the room. Now I got to call Zero Rev. And so I go outside. I'm like, fine. I got to go outside. I got a lunch appointment coming up. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to look at the sprinklers. As I get outside, right, and I go to the sprinkler box, which is by my pool stuff. I have one of my pool pumps just screaming. Whee! Pool pump's going. So I turn that pool pump off. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then there's still another one going. Whee! 2 pool pumps, not 1. 2 pool pumps are going bad. Fine, no big deal. I got to call. I just call. I got home warranty, so I got to call the home warranty. So I get my AirPods out, my Apple AirPods, right? And I put one in my ear, and I don't need 2. I put them in my pocket, my little bag, and my left one in my ear. And so I'm talking to them, and I get it all going. And then I got to go to lunch. So I got the doors off the Jeep. So exciting. So I got in the Jeep. Right? I'm driving, and I'm going down Val Vista. I'm flying down Val Vista, going about 55 miles per hour, 54, so I don't get a ticket. And so I'm flying down Val Vista. And then I thought to myself, oh, let me put my AirPods, away. So I reach in my pocket like this, and I grab it, and it's hard to get in there, right? And right as I got to the top, I'm right to pull it out, I hit a pit in the road. And right when I hit it, my hand went like this. So now my AirPod is, and I remember this. I saw it in the air. It was right here floating in the air. And I remember saying to myself, you just got to catch it. Right? I'm an athletic guy. I just got to catch it. This is not a big deal, right? And I catch all the time. So I go up to catch it. At the very moment before I catch it, I hit another hole in the road, and my hand went like that. And I slapped my AirPod out the open door into oncoming traffic going 55 miles per hour also. And it hit a zero-res van. And I saw it disintegrate. It just went poof. In a puff of smoke. Apple smoke, by the way. I let out a scream of frustration and syllables. It was just syllables. I didn't know what to say. There were so many things I was trying to say at one time. And then, and finally I got done with that, but a minute into it, and then I said, God, no more story. I don't want any more story. I'm done with the story, right? Because I know on the road we're at, this story's punchline is, and then I burned down my house. I don't want that story. That's where we're headed with this. So no more. So I get to the lunch, and I don't have much joy to give. I got nothing to give. I got frustration to give. But I gather up, give the little I have have an epic lunch, right? Minister to someone. It was a blessing. It was great, right? Gave a little I have. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe that was what the story was. So I go home. I got a little bit of time, and I wanted to take a bunch of stuff down to a dumpster and get my garage cleaned. So I'm loading it up before my next appointment, and then all of a sudden I hear, so we're 2 houses from our gate, and then there's a 35-mile-per-hour street right out here, right? I hear a massive crash. Tires screeching, there's a crash, right? And so, as always, Andersons, we always pray. I pray, Lord, that everybody's healthy and fine. And so I'm loading stuff up, and then I feel like, hey, a nudge, go see how they're doing. And I ain't got time. I got stuff to do. I got to get all this done. I got a meeting. I'm not going to go, so they'll be fine. Right? And I hear a nudge. Stop it. Give the little you have. I'm like, fine, I'll give the little I have. I don't have much, no. Just, God, I have no more. I'm giving the last bit that I have. He said, it won't run dry. It might run dry. I don't know. And so I run out right past the gate. And sure enough, there's 2 vehicles, and there's an older woman, and you're fine. She's like, yeah, I'm fine. She's fine. No bruise or anything. And then there's a young 16-year-old kid there, a tall, skinny kid, and you're fine. He's fine, but he's broken. He is weeping uncontrollably. He's just broken. And so I'm going over. I'm like, is he fine? You got insurance? He's like, yeah, I got insurance, but he's broken, right? So I'm like, no one called the cops yet because she was kind of she was dazed. So I called the police. I called the cops. And they asked, everybody's fine, where you at? But then she goes, what kind of cars are there? And I said, I don't know, hold on, let me go over. And so I looked at the older woman's car, and I'm like, it's got it's a weird T on it. She goes, Tesla? I go, oh, yeah, it's a Tesla. I go, yeah, that's a Tesla. And I'm like, ooh. She goes, oh, no. I'm like, I know, right? And so she goes, what's the other car? So I go over, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what this car is. So I go around to the front, and I'm like, it's a Miata, it's a Mazda. Oh, it's a Maserati. She goes, oh my gosh. I go, oh my gosh, it's a Maserati. No wonder this kid is crying. He borrowed Grandpa's, now I looked it up, $180,000 car. And when I say crash, he destroyed it. It was destroyed, all the way up. And he's just weeping. He's just broken. And I'm like, I feel you, man. And so we're both. And even the Tesla lady, we're helping him. We're trying to get him out of it. We're like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. And I'm praying and got him water and did everything that we can. And I got to thinking that here I was all caught up in my AirPod problem. That I didn't think I had enough to help somebody with a Maserati problem. Right? Isn't that kind of how life is? Sometimes we get so caught up in thinking that our AirPod problem is so huge, not realizing that there's a world out there that has Maserati problems. Come on, somebody out there. There's a Maserati problems out there. And I was even impressed with the lady with the Tesla, because I thought I had AirPod problems. The Tesla lady had big problems. But yet she was ministering to the one that had the Maserati problem. And I want us to see in our own worlds today that when we feel like we have nothing left to give, there's always a little bit more of oil in the jar that we can give into somebody's life.